What's up, y'all? My name is Hamasa, and welcome back to Minecraft Survival Multiplayer on the Omnikraft Survival Multiplayer Server. Don't forget, guys, if you want to join the server, it's a waitlist. Link in the description below. Check it out. Put in an application. And yeah, we're back here in the spawn area because I have got myself a couple more keys, and the key opening last time went pretty well when I was recording, so I figured, oh, we'll do it again. Maybe we'll get another cool slab of errors. What's up, Nick? Well, so we'll get that over with right now. Here, cross my fingers. Key 1, bow. 4-1, punch 2, and breaking 3, infinity. Ooh, that's a cool bow. I've already got a really good bow, but I'll keep that around. That's a good bow. Key number 2 is special ticket. My special ticket. Oh, sweet. Redeem to summon your own giant zombie. Giant zombie. Giant zombie. Oh, too much caps lock. Sorry, sir. So cool. I'm gonna have to redeem that. Not right now, but I will redeem that in the future. Today's episode is not about giant zombies or about omni crates or spawn. Today is about redstone, and we're gonna be putting in the start now of the auto farm. We're gonna start with the pumpkin. I have almost enough orange wool to get the basic shape of the thing done, but I'm gonna put in the mechanics and the brains of the operation now. And so we're going to store this right up, and we'll store that right up too. And yeah, we'll meet you right back at Project 0 area. And we're back at Project 0. As you can see, I've got basically just a couple big holes in the ground and a nice platform underneath. This is where, like some drunk spiders down there, this is where when we put in the actual machinery in, and then the buildings themselves are gonna go where these big holes are. But for the time being, I'm just gonna leave them as holes. And we're gonna head down here. Got myself some building supplies, like raw materials, crafting bench, and a whole bunch of redstone stuff. The first thing I think I'm gonna try and complete is, because I'm gonna be working kind of backwards on this. Like, well, maybe not backwards, but building from the bottom up, just to make sure that I've given myself, I know I've given myself more than enough room because I've planned it out, but I'm gonna work from the bottom up. So we'll start with the dropper chain. Take my droppers. And I'm gonna need, actually I just need to craft some more redstone torch. Essentially, this block represents the corner of the store. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to build the big square. These are the corners, the other sand blocks. Build a big square that is the pumpkin. And then I'm gonna come in 1, 2, 3 blocks, and I'm going to build another face, like a false face, and that way it gives me about a block in between the outer wall and the inner wall, and I can hide some of my redstone and the hoppers and the unsightly mess that redstone tends to be in between two sets of walls. So like the dropper chain, as it goes up here, it is going to be actually be hidden, which I think is probably going to be a little bit more visually pleasing, and that's kind of what I'm going for, is a bit more visually pleasing with this. So we're gonna head upwards with our droppers. Should come out about a space. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying is this is where the walls are gonna be. We'll have these flush with the outside wall, and then I'm gonna put an inner wall here. I mean, it's kind of hard to imagine right now, I suppose, but once we get everything set up, it'll look a lot better, I promise. So we're gonna go ahead and get our dropper system set up here. And basically, it's going to be a dropper and hoppers. Forgot to grab a few of those. A dropper, a hopper going into it. And what I'm going to do is run a detection off of this item. This is similar to what I did with the whatchamacallit farm, the slime farm, wherein I take a comparator, repeater, dust, got some dust, and all you do, boom here, is take the signal, and you're going to be able to make a clock out of this, but I only want the clock to run when there's actual items in the dropper. Otherwise, like I covered in the last episode, it's just going to be running like constantly, and not only is it annoying, it's not really nice for the server, and we have all sorts of like water stuff. I don't know if you can see that far in the distance, but we used to clear out water ticket, and so there's some weird like water mechanics going on which can cause some lag. But essentially, all you need to create this clock is a redstone comparator, or redstone repeater, and a little bit of dust. So let's see if I can show you guys. Oh, put it in the wrong order. So you put an item in, which creates a signal. Throw down our repeater here, and voila, we have a clock. You do want this set on 2 ticks, just for this server. I think if you're playing on a single player world, you can probably just do it on like 1 tick, and it'll work out just fine. But as you can see, when there's an item in, we have a clock. When there's no items in, we have no clock. So this is essentially going to be the first system here. And the other thing I have left to do is build a torch chain, torch ladder, torch, what would you call that? So essentially it's going to be a torch and a piece of redstone, redstone torch, and then another building block on top, and that's just going to carry a signal. So we'll go ahead and work that out off camera real quick, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we now have the rail unloader system finished. Disconnected this hopper here just because as I'm breaking stuff up. I'll reconnect that. I'm gonna have to. But yeah, the unloader system's done. We just have some chest hoppers that the unload loop that I showed you guys in the last video, the comparator, torch, heater, and that's running directly into a powered rail. So the next step here is to create my rail line, and the way I'm just going to do that is just with some polished Andy, and let's do diorite, just some polished stone, just so it makes a little bit of a different look. I'm going to need redstone blocks, but I'll have to consult my redstone world as to where I had those set up. So for now, we're just going to extend the chain. So counting this hopper, we're going to go 14. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14. Then temporary, another 14. This is the center module. This is going to be my main bud switch. 5, 6. 14, and this is the end of the rail. It's going to be where the carts are sitting for most of the time, and also I'm going to have to set up my system for capturing signal from the bud to power the power rails that are going to be down here and send them down for the collect. Let's finish off the rest of the blocks here. Yeah, I've got enough. Looks like I will, just barely, yeah. Get all the rails laid in, and I'll figure out where exactly I had my redstone blocks. We'll get the rails down, the redstone blocks down, and we will maybe get the minecarts down too now. I don't know if I'm gonna run them quite yet, but we'll figure it out. And I'll be right back. Alright, that's simple enough. The redstone's in. I did realize though that I'd miscounted. These modules aren't 5 wide or however wide I thought they were. They're actually 8, one side to the other side. So I'm glad I measured again before I started laying down bricks. Always measure twice and cut once, guys. Always, 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 always. So I'm probably gonna have to extend this platform when I start to do the melon bits, but we should have enough to finish off the pumpkin farm. So next thing that we have here, before we can really do our module for transmitting the signal, is that I'm going to need to lay down the dirt and lay down my piston and put that whole module together. Okay. So we'll throw some dirt on top of these rails. I probably have to go find some. And then we can probably do pistons and the observer loop for this farm here. Alright guys, I got all the redstone signals, redstone circuitry laid out. And a real quick test run. The bud activation of all pistons on both sides. That one looks good. So, right, cool. So the main circuitry's done. Now, what we need to do is convert this signal, extend it a little bit because it's just a one-tick pulse, so it doesn't actually trigger the minecart. It doesn't end up triggering the pulse, sorry. So we're gonna have to extend the pulse to make sure it triggers this. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is grab a few more materials and run some wires down, some torches down, and some redstone repeaters and long pulse from this short minor state. Alright guys, welcome back. First module been completed. Got our ugly little pulse extender over here. As you can tell, I'm not really the best of the redstone, but it works, it works. So we use a torch, and this is a pumpkin growing. Obviously the stems are going to be planted here, so they won't grow next to each other, and then the whole line is going to be stems. So they only can grow into space adjacent to the piston. So I'll get in position here to happen. Bud the pistons. Torches go. Didn't actually see them, but yeah, the minecarts taken off, so that's how you can tell that the extender worked. Although, let me see if I can. Such a quick pulse. Yeah, I can't catch it. But what I did here was I connected the redstone, so each time either one of these nodes goes, both carts will head off, just in case there for some reason the pumpkin here got pushed like on top of the pumpkin over here, or like across the stems in some way. I'll have a better chance of catching all of the pumpkins and making this thing kind of lossless. So the only other thing that I want to test out is my dropper system chain. So let me throw a hopper onto that. I'll just make sure that this is working before we extend it the whole way up. Make sure everything's working as intended. Got our hopper to connect. Throw some taters in. Some taters into you. You know what I'll do is I'll throw some random jack-o'-lanterns across the floor here just to make sure that he's picking up. It's supposed to be picking up. Oop, jumped off. Jumped off the cliff. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and throw one more down. Flood this thing. What happens? Picked up, picked up, picked up. Lovely. Oh boy, it's working. And we should have some yeah, everything's working. Oh yeah, intended. I'm super happy right now. It sends the cart back when it's done. We have ourselves a fully functioning redstone machine, guys. A redstone machine. How lovely is that? So really all I have left to do with this thing is to plant my stems. Probably bone meal them to increase the growth rate. And then finish my redstone torch tower. And yeah, this thing's pretty much done. So pumpkin farm 90% complete. I'm gonna have to find a little bit more room over here, probably just extend this platform a few bits, and I'm gonna do essentially run it the opposite direction, the melon farm. I have a little bit of a different idea for this, since pumpkins break, it's a full pumpkin, which is fantastic. When melons break, they bust up into a few melon slices, which means I'm gonna have a lot more individual pieces going into my hoppers and into the dropper chain and into, you know, the storage, which you know, if nobody's using this thing for an extended period of time, I might fill up on storage. We could back things up. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a different design in this area when it comes to the melon farm, but essentially everything else is going to be the same. So I'll do most of this work off camera, but when it comes to the actual unloading system, I'll show you guys what I'm going to do for that, what I have in mind. But yeah, we'll get working on that. Make myself a second module of these, and it's going to be for melons. Extend it on up to the building up here. And when we have all that done, I'll be back. We'll record that. So catch you guys in a few. All right, y'all, we are back, and I have finished the melon auto farm module. Gone ahead and covered up some of my redstone with glass here, just in case there's like water or something bad that could happen here, and covered up some of the more important bits. I mean, these parts just run redstone, and that's not too bad. And the tracks are covered up, so this should be alright. I have tested this out and budded it. It does function just like the pumpkin farm. The function. I haven't placed anything down yet because I'm going to do a little bit of work up here, and just in case like I fall, I don't want to plant a bunch of seeds then fall, break a bunch of stuff. We'll be doing that shortly though. And also, I know I had just said that I was probably going to do something different for the unloader module here. But considering I have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 droppers so far, and I'm going to be We're going to be doing even more, heading upwards, and each dropper can take 9 stacks. It's going to be, we'll say 20 times 9, which is 180 stacks of melons. I mean, if plus these could get filled up technically, the machine breaking. I mean, if wait, no, they can't, because if there's a so minus this, yeah. So minus this bottom one, as long as I have all the stacks done. I mean, that's just a ridiculous amount of stacks. Trap myself of melons. If I get that many stacks of melons, and no one's using the farm, I'll just put a toggle on/off switch on it. Probably just a lever, kind of like how I have the button set up here. I'll just put like a lever down here and toggle it on, where the pistons will stay extended. But yeah, so these are basically done now, 100%. I just need to put the melons in. I mean, they're ready to go. They activate them on bud, so they are ready to run at any point. So we'll be doing that. We'll be putting the seeds in here the next day or two, probably. We do have some manual farms over there if anyone does need to access melons. Oh, I just have... Where are you? Where did you go? I heard it. I don't see it now though. I'm hearing him scuttle. He must not be close enough to me to start attacking them. Oh, there he is. Like stuck inside the machine. Huh. Take care of him real quick. So the next thing that I want to start working on is going back here. The next thing I want to start working on is the building part of this. We have here 2 basically big holes, and like I showed in the last episode of me filling them in, I have a decent supply of orange and brown wool. I'm going to do the pumpkins first. So we'll slowly work on that. I'm going to kind of design it as I go. I wasn't a huge fan of how I had it set up in the video. It was just kind of like a template. I'm not exactly going to go by that, but that was kind of just a proof of concept more for me. So we'll be working on that more into next episode. But really, I'm done with what I wanted to do for today. The only other thing that I wanted to show off to you guys were these structures down here. Now this whole area was built probably 99% by one of the members of Project Zero here. This is Thunder Emperor's build. And if you couldn't probably guess already, it is actually 3 slime chunks that we found as we were dredging this place out. And he's gone ahead and made 3 slime farms. Connected them all up with water as I launch myself over. Can I get you? I want to show the viewers. Really high angle shot. It looks like we did. Yeah. Alright. So this is Slime Factory. This is 3 nodules. They're exactly the same on all 3 chunks as I die. Pro. Project Zero. You can tell I'm a pro at this game. Let's get back over there. Maybe that'll be far enough. Try and get back in there without jumping over the top or dying. Lovely. Okay, now that we're in here, eat some more pumpkin pie. I'm saying my pumpkin pie. So basically, all 3 are the exact same. Just platforms. Every other has glowstone on top or bottom, so no other mobs can spawn besides the slimers. And it's just all connected up via water streams, and we'll break in here. Yeah. And as you can see, down in here is not really where players would ever really see, so it's a bit on the ugly side because it's you know, basically just all sorts of different materials as opposed to stone bricks. But oh, right on cue, we got a slime. So basically, the slimers, they spawn up on the platforms up in here, and they jump around, and eventually they end up in the water. Then they take the water streams all the way down, and they come up and brush up against these cactuses we have set up here. This guy's really a fighter. Go into the cactus. Here, I'll help you out, buddy. Attack me. They brush up against the cactus, they turn into little slimes. Slimes brush up. Yes. They drop their loot, and as you can hear, most likely, there is a dispenser running. So what happens is, they run up here, and this side's the same too, we have the cactuses. They run up here against the cactuses, their loot drops, immediately gets picked up by hoppers, which we have set up down here. Hoppers. It's pretty much lossless. I haven't really noticed a lot of loss on them. I mean, one or two might get broken every once in a while from up against the cactus, but for the most part, we get them all. It goes into this dispenser, and then redstone a bit. Same process as we have in the pumpkin and melon farm. This was the only part that Thunder Emperor didn't do. This was something that I did. Well, he was away for a few days, just to automate the process. And it's the same thing as I use over there. Like I said, it's just a dropper chain heading up. We got a redstone torch tower. The slimes end up in this dispenser. We detect it. Turns on a clock very shortly, because we don't want one running all the time. That's a no-no. On the clock, activates the torch tower and sends the slime up to the surface area. And yeah, that's pretty much the farm. It's fully automatic. All we need is people kind of in range so the slimes will spawn. And once that happens, it does its thing, and then we go up to the top and collect all the slime. Well, alright guys, that's all I had time for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'm gonna end it some up-close face cam action. No. I wanted to start showing you guys how we get Project Zero. Oh, is this a sign? Not for Project Zero anyways. As we end the episode, through the spawn nether portal, back into the nether portal, and you're gonna end up right at Project. And here we are, Project Zero. Iron Farm is now open. Slime Farm is open. We've got a bunch of people with shops that are either in the process of being built or being built, being finished. It's like BR is starting on the mall project over in this area. We're going to be doing our courtyard out here. It's looking like the boardman has 2 silos finished. 2 or 4 of the silos. We're going to be putting in our farm fields in that direction there. Like I said, the courtyard's going to be over this way, over the slime chunks. Here's the slime chunks. So we got a lot going on here. We're definitely always looking for new faces. Play with us. If you guys are interested in joining Project Zero and building and doing all the things, we got a ton of projects going on. I'm not sure if this guy really wants this Billy. Okay, he does want the skeleton in here. I was about to kill it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, give me a rate, comment, subscribe. And until next time, we'll catch you right here on Minecraft Survival Multiplayer on the Omnikraft Survival Multiplayer Server. Bye bye.